Here's how I made $800,000 in the first month of 2023 at 20 years old. For those of you who don't know, my name is Bryson. I'm 20 years old and I own an e-learning company. An e-learning company is basically, in my words, an online education system. This consists of courses, ebooks, all type of digital products, consulting, masterminds, mentorships. This company started in June of 2022, so it's been around 7 months so far, and we've already generated over $4 million in gross. The biggest contributor to the success of the e-learning company has definitely been reading different books and going to different masterminds and learning from those who are already further ahead than me and pretty much implementing all that I learned inside of my business. All the time when we go to masterminds, people say, wow, you're only 20 years old, the world is yours. If you just take what we're talking about and implement it, you're going to reach where I am 20 years faster than I did because you're in these rooms now. When I was your age, I was doing God knows what. So pretty much that's the biggest contributor to success, reading, masterminds, and listening to people who've already done it before. When it comes to overall entrepreneurship, the best book that I've read is going to be Ready, Fire, Aim, 0 to 100 million. Pretty much what this talks about is how to generate revenue and income inside of your business and take it from $0 to $100 million. The biggest gem I got from that book was what I call an OSS. It's an optimum selling strategy. So when it comes to e-learning and just digital products overall, a lot of people have courses, but just because you have a course doesn't mean it's going to sell. You need to know how to sell it. For us in our company, our OSS, optimum selling strategy, is called a webinar. This is where we get thousands of people in one room every Sunday night and we give them a free class. And at the end of that free class, we sell them our main offer, which is our course and community, right? So a lot of people out there have the same course and product as us, but they don't sell it the right way, meaning their marketing is wrong. If it's not presented to people to buy, people can't buy. So once you figure that OSS out, the next thing is making sure your product is actually right and able to sell and actually keep going. Just because you make one sale doesn't mean you'll make 10 if that one sale didn't go right or if your customer isn't satisfied. Not only are we 20 years old, not only are we black, not only do we have nice cars, nice things, but we market all of these things because these things are specifically unique to us. I solely believe that if we didn't start this at 20 years old, we wouldn't be as successful because doing all these cool things and making all this money at 20 years old just sounds cool. If we were, 2 years later, it would not be the same. So marketing is the one thing. And then the second thing is hiring people right and getting the experts in the business, investing money into the business. So a lot of people, they'll see us go buy a Rolls Royce, a G-Wagon, but what they don't see is all of the money invested into the sales team, all of the money investment into the management team, all of the money investment into the systems team. Honestly, we spend a great amount of money to go this far, right? That's going to be the main thing. Invest into the business, keep reinvesting, keep spending money on ads, keep creating constant content, because if people don't see you down their timelines, they don't have trust in you. So another thing we do is we post consistently. People see us all day, every day. They look at us, they trust us, and we give out our best value for free, right? So the mindset behind it is this. You can tell people the whole game, right? And they won't implement it, but it solidifies you as the authority figure in your industry because they see you the most and they get the most tips from you. Honestly, the people who are going to see the most success in most cases are going to be the people who pay. Even if your free content is just as good as your paid content, people can digest it for free, but they aren't going to take action because they didn't pay anything. When they pay for something, they're going to take action. Then they're going to realize, wow, the free content is actually good and I could have did it myself. Post consistently, give your best game out for free. Don't be in a scarcity mindset. If I give all the best info out for free, what are they going to buy? What would they need to buy? Because they aren't going to take action if they didn't pay. That's what you have to understand as a creator and a CEO. The information I'm giving you guys right now, I've personally invested over 6 figures to learn myself. And honestly, 6 figures is more than most college degrees out here. I've invested that and took the risk, and I'm giving the same thing that I learned over not just money, but over time. I'll give it into you guys in this one video right here. Pay super close attention and actually implement everything I said. And also guys, do not forget to subscribe for more content. So right now I'm going to show you guys the actual screenshots of my Stripe account and my PayPal account because I'm not one of these people who get on YouTube and talk about it. I'm one of the guys who actually do and actually operate the business day by day. So as you guys can see on the screen, 2 different Stripes account, 1 PayPal account. The facts are there. This is real. So right here's $197,000 from PayPal just alone. And then on one of my Stripe accounts, that's $401,000 in gross. And then on the final Stripe account, $208,000. You guys are going to see these numbers and actually wonder but how does he do it at 20 years old? And honestly, I want to talk about the investments I made to get here. First was going to be the investment into myself. I was going to masterminds and reading books and I didn't even know why I was going. I know I needed to be there. And my first mastermind I went to was just around $10,000. 18 years old. Who has $10,000 at 18 years old, right? So that was the big one. Using all my money to get into the room and get knowledge. Second one was just going to be reading all of these different books and just reading them not for fun, but not for purpose, because I didn't have anything to guide them to. I'm just reading them because I knew it was right, what I'm supposed to do. Honestly, I skipped out on a lot of parties. I got socially awkward. It's all worth it because now, you know, all my friends and people and my peers are in college, but I'm living my dream life. I'm running the business, I'm driving my favorite cars, and I'm going on my favorite trips, going to my favorite places, and I work when I want to. The latest big investment I made was I paid $65,000 to be in a mastermind that surrounds me around other 7-figure entrepreneurs, 8-figure entrepreneurs, and learn what they've implemented in their business to make them successful so I can put it in my business and make me successful. Like I said, in most of the rooms I go to, I'm the youngest one, so just listening to other people who've done it before helps me out a ton. And then, you know, I invest into people who know what they're doing. So what a lot of people do is they want to spend a lot of time doing things themselves, but honestly, the opportunity cost of being in a scarce mindset and saying, you know, I'm not going to pay this person $20K to come fix what's wrong in my business. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not that type of person. I pay people to come in and do things quick so I can keep making money and keep generating income. What the hell is $65,000 worth? Honestly, it's just worth the connections and community that you make. So even inside of this community that I paid $65,000 for, I met one person who gave me a connection to a podcast. I went on that podcast, and after I went on that podcast, I went viral and I had my first $1 million month. But I wouldn't have did any of that if I wasn't in that community, right? When a ton of people get together and invest in something, the trust figure is already there. Honestly, people, in my opinion, is what's going to get you further. So you may be wondering, if you're making all this money, why are you still investing into knowledge and still wanting to make more money? And honestly, because woohoo, I made $800,000 in 31 days, but Jeff Bezos made that in an hour. In order for me to get to that level, I have to keep learning and keep growing. I can't stay at the same level because if I'm not growing, I'm dying. I don't want to die. I want my business to be successful. I want it to grow huge and huge. A lot of people, they get complacent, you know, they get their first $1 million month, they go buy a car on finance, they go max out their credit cards, they go buy Gucci chains, Gucci belts, and then a year later, their business is gone and they can't afford to keep up with their lifestyle. So now they're back at mom's house. That's not going to be my story. I'm going to keep investing. I'm going to keep growing, going to keep getting smarter, going to keep growing businesses. So my business never goes out of style, and eventually I sell it. Main thing that pushes me is, it's two things actually. It's growing up without money. You know, growing up without money really put something into me to where I wanted money. And it was never like money was going to fix everything, because money only fixes money problems. But I knew that if I had money, then half of my problems that I would ever encounter would be solved, because most things are a money thing. As long as I got money to handle the money things, I'll be fine. You know, if I'm going through a tough time in life, if my bills are paid, I have somewhere to sleep, I have a car to drive, I have food to eat, take care of my family. And the second one is just going to be to inspire people who look like me and inspire my siblings and my relatives to know that it doesn't matter where we come from, you know, it doesn't matter what those before us did. I'm the one that's going to change the narrative and shift the whole family vibe so that I'm not the only one who sees success. If I'm successful at 20, my little cousin should be successful at 10. The further I go, the faster it happens for everyone else around me. I read books like The Magic of Thinking Big, pretty much brainwashed myself to just have positive belief, not see failure. Like in this life, you have two people. You have the yes I can person of you, and you have the no I can't person of you. I pretty much demolished the no I can't person in me before I even knew it existed. So in this business, whenever a problem would come up, it didn't faze me. I would say, okay. I was never fazed by the trials, never fazed by the failures, never fazed by the mishaps, because I knew if I didn't give up and I kept going, there was nothing that's going to stop me. And so far, nothing has stopped me. Don't compare yourself to someone that's beneath you, because of course you're going to make yourself feel good. If you're going to compare yourself to people who are ahead of you. Don't feel bad, just be inspired. So my magic of thinking big was always looking at Bezos, Elon Musk, Robert Smith, looking at the richest guys and saying, I want to be that guy. That's what I'm going towards. You know, I didn't compare myself. I don't smoke. I don't compare myself to people who do smoke and say, wow, they're lazy. I compare myself to people who don't smoke and still get more done than me. What a lot of people do is they want to make themselves feel good and feel great. In reality, they aren't even doing anything themselves. My comparison has always been to people who are doing 10 times better than me. I made $800K this month. I know people who made $2 million this month doing the exact same thing. So obviously I'm doing great, but I have so much more to improve on. And I can compare myself to someone who makes $10 an hour and feel great. You know what I mean? But I compare myself to big dogs and I still feel good, but I acknowledge that I'm not nowhere near close to where I should be or what I could be. So my goal for next month and every month of 2023 is to at least be at $1 million in gross every month, if not more. I just know I don't want to dip under $1 million, and I know exactly how to hit that goal. So when reading these books, there's this thing called predictable income, and it shows you how to measure out exactly what you need to do to hit a goal. I've written down exactly how many courses I need to sell, how many attendees I need, how many new leads I need to hit that goal, and you know, we're gonna do it. So a tip for anyone in digital products, e-learning, e-learning, info products is consult with the people who are further ahead than you so they can give you everything that they know so you can skip the trial and error in your business and go 10 times faster. That's what I did, and honestly, it's worked out amazing. If you're in this business and you're making money already, never get to the point to where you feel like I don't need anything else. No one can tell me anything. I got to figure it out. Because when you get to that point, that's where it all goes bad, because the world's constantly changing. New things are constantly being implemented. Someone's going through the failure that you're going to go through in 2 years. And if you can learn it before they knew it, you can prevent that and just go further ahead. So this video was completely free. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. If you guys need any help with your digital products, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll drop it in my bio.